Hi scrappers, I'm back with the rest of my album kit from my honeymoon album. There are a few papers that I left out because they're specialty papers and some of my 6x6 paper pads, so I'll cover those first before I get on to some of the embellishments. I found these silver and gold vellum papers that I thought would be great for adding a hint of shine. One of these jelly bean soup placemats in that lattice pattern that I like so much. And I've actually got two of these, so that could be a great opportunity to use those. As well as some of the basic grade doilies that I have been hoarding. That one is again a sort of screen pattern. This also reminds me of the Moorish screens with the grays and the different colors in insets, and sort of garden style, and a couple of the sites we saw in, well, one in this in Sevilla and the Alhambra in Granada included lots of luscious semi-tropical gardens with palm trees and orange trees and that sort of thing. So this is a little perhaps more tropical, but I think that could work on one of those pages. And then I gathered a bunch of my 12 by 12 sticker sheets that used to come with paper collections. Lots of these are from Basic Gray, and they'll include letters that I could use, as well as a few stickers. Most of the ones I've picked are on a travel theme, or just have, colors that I want to have available to me. So this one is from Carte Postale. This is the embellishment stickers, different borders, and travel themed stickers, some letters from Lily Kate collection from Basic Gray. That takes me back a little ways. Another Basic Gray letter sheet, just, neutral. You can't have too many letter options. Another copy of the Carte Postale. Apparently I love that collection. Bought it more than once. Some Basic Gray stickers from Piccadilly collection. I thought it'd be nice to have some orange available, as well as this pale blue. These, I'm not sure whether these will be used. They're a little, it's from the Crate Toy Box collection. It's a little childish, but I do like the black letters on wood grain, so I wanted to have that as an option. A couple of collage press sheets. Very distressed finish on these letters. I'm a little ambivalent about those now, but I do want to use those up. Basic Gray letters from Mellow, a little more scripty font. Bella Boulevard with more green letters in variety of sizes and fonts. I like that variety. And October Afternoon from Sarsaparilla. I'm not convinced about the jean letters especially, but the wood grain would be a good option to have handy. So there's that. What are these from? Oh, Webster's Pages. And it's simply a variety of colors and sizes. I don't love those quite as much as some of these Basic Grays. Another Basic Gray from Life at the Party. Very neutral. Simple Stories from Urban Traveler. More colorful letters, but I like the word stickers especially. I think those will be nice to add to embellishments. And Echo Park from For the Record. Not sure about this typeface kind of font, but again, I do want some of these small word stickers available. Basic Gray from the Wander collection, their embellishment stickers. Some of these might be a little too cartoony, like the cars and what have you, and a little bit in this border sticker. But I do like to have a wide variety of options. A basic grey clippings garland package. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't generally use garlands, but when we were in Granada, they were having a festival, and which made it a little bit hard for us to get out of Granada because the trains were all booked up. But it was really nice to be there with processions in the street and just the gatherings of families that we were seeing around the community. It made it very lively. So those might be handy. Basic grey clippings, just more stickers. Not quite on theme, but I do like some of the colors. So see about that. Urban Traveler Simple Stories embellishment stickers. Certainly on theme. Not so sure about these polka dotted blue letters, but I do love these kind of label stickers, and some of these could be very handy as well. So, and Echo Park, this and that. I do like the little letter selections. Not so sure about Scrabble, but maybe. Why not? Keep it handy. And another Echo Park from Note to Self. I love these colors. Those will be really handy to have. This one might be a bit too bright, and I'm not entirely sure right now why I included that. Probably for these label stickers, some of those could be nice layering options to tone down some of the brightness. Certainly these letters are too bright, but there's those. And then I grabbed a few of my 6x6 paper pads because I tend to neglect them. They're off on a shelf over there and they're easily forgotten. So I have my Echo Park. This is this and that, not this is that. It has a nice variety of neutrals and papers in the right color palettes. Some of these I don't see myself using, but they could be great for layering options. The My Mind's Eye Indie Chic is right in the right color palette. Nice muted earthy colors, and again great small scale patterns. Really nice for layering as well. And the My Mind's Eye, one of their 6x6 Away We Go pads. This one I think has been well used, but it's on a travel theme and also in the right color palette. Some of these car motifs and vehicle motifs are kind of cartoony, but it's nice to have some playful options. Those could be very nice. I like those clouds. I know a few places that we had clouds. Nice embellishments. The Crepe Paper Storyteller 6x6 pad. I've got some of those larger sheets. This one actually, with that pattern. And some of the others will work quite well. I quite like that one. Some of those, like the green dot, is definitely too bold, but that's good to have handy. And then a couple of neutral ones. This one from Fancy Pants, their Etc. It's just a lot of crafts and blacks and creams. And I believe some gray. Very handy and convenient. And a basic gray basics pad in white. Lots of just simple patterns. Simple background papers. So that's those. And then these are a few of the embellishments, actually. I'd say the heart of the embellishments. I can't cover everything that I've pulled to have handy because I'd be here all day, and I actually want to get scrapping. I I've got a couple of die cut packs, one from Chamel's. Is this from Go Now Go? I believe it is. Afraid I have lost track. And the Dear Lizzie die cuts. Don't remember what collection these are, but I like the some of the gold foil options. Some of these wouldn't really be useful, like that record player, but certainly the cameras and some of the gold foil, and we certainly took cabs while we were there, so nice to have those handy. A couple of flare packages, one from Ormolu and quite an old one from Studio Calico. I believe that's from the Abroad collection. The carte postale die cuts go with all the carte postale papers that I've got. We Are Memory Keepers travel tags, vintage travel tags. Some of these are a little too graphic, but as layering items they could be very nice. Teresa Collins photo corners. I don't really use photo corners very often, so I might challenge myself to get these used. Some Heidi Swap mini tags. Some of these turquoisey teals are a little bright, but I think these tags are so small that they could be useful, and I certainly like the golds and the neutrals and the map patterns, so see about those. And I picked out some of my raw chipboard because I have a very large bin that desperately needs to be used. So I picked out some frame shapes, some of these old basic gray, just a variety of tabs and photo corners and that sort of shape. And then just a random collection of tags and yeah, mostly tag shapes in that package that I've just gessoed, so I could color those any color that I like, just for convenience. Those I will be finishing with some of the media products that I have pulled as well. I've got, I want to use up some of my embossing powders and some of my old distress stickles. So those could be a lot of fun. A little bit more labor intensive. I had included the distress embossing powder in old paper and just like a seafoam and a pale gold and espresso brown. It's a nice neutral. These two are a little bit different. They're called, they're from Stampendous. They're called Frontage Embossing Enamel in aged black and aged gold, and I have not used these much at all. I've experimented with this one and I remember it looking rather cool and giving a fair degree of texture and variation. It's not a smooth finish really at all, so I want to make a point of using those. And this is a Canadian company called Emerald Creek, and this is her weathered wood embossing enamel, and it adds a nice texture. It's just not the smooth or entirely smooth, uniform, glossy finish that a lot of embossing powders create. And I'm very, very tempted to splurge on a bunch of her newer embossing powders that she's made with Seth Apter. Some of the videos I've seen of their embossing powders, the textures look really interesting. So I might be adding to my embossing powder collection this month. And the other things I added are some of the Nouveau Embellishment mousse in the platinum and the Indian gold. I think those will add a nice shimmer where I want it. And I grabbed some of my liquid pearls, which I also rarely use, in a dark chocolate, an onyx pearl, and platinum pearl for added touches of shine and glimmer. And I won't go through all the distress stickles that I pulled because, frankly, I think I have pretty much every distress stickles ever made. And I haven't been giving them a lot of love lately, so I've picked simply my earthier tones, browns and rusts, and sort of this fired brick color. And I think those could be a lot of fun to play with. So there is that. Oh, one more thing. The other thing I want to do on my pages as a sort of technique theme is stitching. So I've collected this little container of embroidery thread. Just picked out my earthier colors, a variety of browns, some different creams, wine red, and some gold and rust kind of colors, a little bit of green, just to have that handy, as well as a textured string or thread as well, and just a few pens and what have you. A little card with some of the brads that I have tucked away in a corner, because my brads, face it, I completely forget about, and I have a lot. So I wanted a little reminder that I could use those on this project as well. And this is just random things that I thought I might use. Just completely random strings that were sitting around. Tickets and a few little wood veneer shapes down there. So that is going to be my starting point, and we'll see where it takes us. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please come back, hit subscribe and like, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.